Sprite Castle. Sprite Castle. Sprite Castle.
Mr. Rob O'Hara.
Sprite Castle.
Woo-wee! Look at that fancy thing going across the screen. How is everybody doing today? Oh, let's see what's not working today. There's always something not working. Oh, there we go. Chat window's up. Faces up. Camera's up. Hello, everybody. I see Mr. Wizard in there. I see Mr. C-Dubs in the house. What's going on, fellas? ARG presents. That's crazy. What are you doing in here? There's somebody else in here. Who else is in here? You Scrooge. I think I'm a Scrooge. You know what? I'm cheap. Here's how cheap I am. I had this hat that I absolutely loved. I bought this at the starts out how cheap I am. I went to when it opened. We have a outlet mall pretty close to my house, and I went there when it opened like 5 years ago, and they have a Converse store, and I was going to buy some Converse. What I was looking for is like old school, like really old school, like 80s and 90s like puffy Converse high tops, and they didn't have any, but they did have hats. And so I bought this hat. I bought a Converse hat because I like Converse. And I've tried washing it. I've tried it. But, I mean, if you look at this thing, it's absolutely filthy. I still wear it, but it's just disgusting hat. So I don't even know if you could see how gross it is. But it's like all discolored and stuff. Yeah, it's I mean, it should be perfect for what I paid for it. So, so yeah, I guess it is a little bit. I don't know. So I went online to replace it, and I looked up a gray Converse hat just like this, and on Amazon they're $35, and I was like, $35? That's crazy. I said, I'm not paying that. But then right below that, it says if you just get black or white, they're only $25. And I was like, that still seems like a lot for a hat, you know? And apricot. And anyway, so then I was like, I bet I can beat that. And then I kept going down and down. And then I saw, hey, you can buy just a plain hat for $7. Which is what this is. There's no logo at all. So that's... So I went from $35 Converse hat to a $7 no logo hat. And then my wife said, yeah, you could just get like an iron-on patch, make your own hat. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I'll have to go find me. I bet Etsy's got Commodore iron-on patches. So let's see what we've got in the hopper today. You know what? I was messing around. I was looking around today in the demo section, and I found this demo. And let me load it up here. This this demo is. I'll definitely have to adjust volume here because I had it cranked up because it sounds really good. Not that. That's the old disk drive sound. This was must have been released right after Ben Daglish passed away. Starts off with a brief tribute to Ben Daglish. If you're not familiar, there's 3 or 4 names that come up every time you look up Commodore 64 music, and Ben Daglish's name is definitely one of those. I like the wind sound in the background there. Alright, so let's see if I can get things cranked up where I need them to be. There we go. beginning to a demo there. Yeah, that's this is all Commodore 64. Commodore 64 has got some pretty good music. Yeah, I think there's you've got that digitized screen that was on there. Turn this down just a little bit. I love the perspective of this scroll as it goes through here. Yeah, this is a good one. Of course, this one's not that old. If it was said rest in peace, Ben Daglish, 2018. But anyway, oh, there's the old UFOs coming in. If you're on my Patreon, I just posted last week a big article about UFOs and then we get into the regular old school style of demo, which everybody has seen, so. Well, Chris Albright, it's funny you ask, because I added a feature a while back to the stream here. I didn't like it when you pull the disc out. That's all right. Which you can see right there at the top of the screen. It says what we're going to be playing tonight, which is Impossible Mission, which is a game that I've never streamed. But you know what? While this is loading, I'm going to look this up and see if I've reviewed on podcast.robohera.com. Let's go to Sprite Castle. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Cheer, cheer, cheer. All in my ear. Not my rear. Okay. Nope. I've never done Impossible Mission on Sprite Castle itself. I have never beaten Impossible Mission, and as a kid, I didn't even really understand how it worked. And we'll talk a little bit about how you're actually supposed to play the game, which is something that I didn't know. By the way, this tune right here, I want to make sure you can hear this. This song has been used on a million demos, intros. This song gets recycled all the time. Do 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 do. It's not like it just has hole across the bottom. Yeah. So, Impossible Mission. Okay, so first of all, this is obviously one that's had cheats added. Stop timer. You have 6 hours in game time to complete this game, but every time you die, it takes 10 minutes away. We will not be beating the game or coming anywhere near it, so that's not really an issue. Invulnerability, we'll just say no because that wouldn't be much fun. And then unlimited snoozes and resets. I'm going to say no, just because that wouldn't be very much fun. Stay a while. Stay forever. Well, that's one of the most famous sound samples in the history of the Commodore 64. I think the minute everybody heard that for the first time, their jaws dropped. Of course, you know, I had come to the Commodore 64 from the Apple II, and from that, from the TRS-80. The TRS-80, just listen to those footsteps in the hallway and watch this. Oh! So, yeah, it was amazing. By the way, hi, John. Welcome to the show. This is a stream, not just young people stream, but sometimes old people stream and they play old games, which is what I'm doing. So the point of Impossible Mission, if you're not familiar with the game, is of course we're that cool dude. We're locked in this guy's evil castle, and these are robots. If you touch them, they'll kill you, and if they hit you with electricity, they'll kill you. And scattered around, there are different items of furniture in here. And so what we've got to do is search all the furniture. We can find little things that can help us, or puzzle pieces, which will eventually have to be assembled to beat the game, which again is pretty difficult to do. Now you can fall as far as you want, and each robot, all robots, there's a certain different pattern. Some can see you, some can't see you, some can't turn around, some can shoot, some don't shoot. See that one below me that's going crazy? This guy is coming near me. Woo, okay. Oh, got me in the back. All right, so the best way to do this one, I think what I'm going to do first is wait for this guy to come here. Oh, take this little elevator up. So there's little lifts. Now, the lifts will, you can leave lifts in a wrong position. Oh, that was a map piece there. Let's go back up here. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of wait for this guy to go back. I'll run over here and search this dumb bookshelf. Takes a long time to search. These guys are not too hard to jump over as long as you time it well. There's another map piece. We'll hide up here for a second. Hey Adam, what's going on? This game is, I also, oh, there's another puzzle piece. Oh, that one's going to be hard. That guy's going to, when I jump, my foot's going to touch this guy. I know it. Yeah, I knew that was coming. So anyway, if we look down here at the bottom, you can see the map of rooms we've explored so far. We've only been to one so far, and the easiest way if you're going to play this game is to just explore all the rooms. Oh, now this is a puzzle room. There are a couple of these puzzles, and this is one of those things where if you have the manual, it's pretty easy, and if you don't have the manual, it's not very easy. So we're going to start this computer here, and we're going to hear, I think, 3 tones. Oh, let's press up. And you're supposed to go from low to high. Oh, did it wrong. Let's do this. All right, and then we do it again. We're going to get 4. I didn't see which one. Da, 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 da. I think it's. Nope. Nope. Let me hear this one. Okay. Oh my gosh. Hold on. All right, now we got to do 5. All right. Okay. Okay, so I think it's... Nope. And... Okay, this is ridiculous. I'm not doing this anymore. Oops. Can I just get out of here? I have to... Oh, there we go. Anyway, you can do that, and you could get puzzle pieces. I probably needed a puzzle piece out of that. But anyway, so what we can do here... I'm looking at my map. Okay, no Rooms are on the left. Let's go to this room on the right here. So if I hit my button in this area when I'm not running, I'll pull up my little computer here. And in my computer, I have these little map pieces. And these map pieces, or they're not maps, they are pieces of... you have to overlay them and you end up making punch cards. And so each one here, as we go through, let's see. So like you could take them over here. This is the same as that one. This one is, I don't think those go together. All right. Oh boy. So let's see, is that all the pieces I have? I have that one, that doesn't go together, I don't think. All right, then if you need to find out if you have enough pieces of the puzzle, you can dial the modem here. And it'll tell you if they're oriented right. And it says, nope, I'm going to call this number. And then we'll hang up. And that all that stuff takes time. All right, so let's get off the computer here. And we'll go back to searching room. So when I was a kid and I had this game, of course I didn't have the instructions. And I really just thought this was the whole point of the game, was to run around, search things, get map pieces. Nothing here. All right, we gotta watch this robot dude. Search this. Oh, shocked my booty. All right. Now this is a computer up here. This is not something that's searched. This is a terminal. We'll look at that in just a second. Oh. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, this, it doesn't take, it's not that hard to make a show. Oh. Oh. Oh boy. All right, let's see. Where am I? I need to go down. Here's what we're going to do. Get out of here. Get over here. Get down. Oh, look at that. Lots of map pieces. There's also a piece over there. Now, here's what we could go. Terminal. So the things you can do with the terminal, you can get lift resets, which I have not found any so far. I'll point that out when I find one. We can disable all the robots in the room, which I call those a snooze. I don't have any snoozes. Or we could log off. So that's basically what we could do. And you gotta watch out for this electricity here. We're gonna have to. There's no way I'm getting out of this alive. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, let's go back the way we came. Now, this is a new enemy that we haven't seen before, this ball. Now, the ball is always moving up. It's always trying... Oh, that was a bad idea. Oh, but if the ball touches a robot, it pops. Now, there's one thing you can do, if you time it just right, is you can run across those. So let's search this. This game has great audio, and again, I mean, this is a 1984 game. And this looks so much better than, oh, did you see that? It had a little picture, it looked like an elevator lift, and it was pointing down. That's a elevator reset. I should have stayed on that a second longer. Let's see what else is here. Nothing here. Yeah, I actually have two Blue Yetis. I got, I mean, I've had this one forever. Whoop. And I got a second one for doing interviews and things like that, or if I'm going mobile. I didn't want to have to tear down. I basically took the, I don't know if you can see it here, but I got the scissor arm on my Yeti and took all the mounting hardware and everything off of it, and so instead of having to reassemble everything if I go mobile, that way I don't have to do any of that stuff. Let's see here. Oh, I should have been going this way. I think as far as podcasts and streams and things like that go, I think there's a market for kids doing stuff for kids, and adults doing things for adults, and I don't necessarily mean that, I mean, adult doesn't have to be, blue material or whatever, but I think kids have a way of talking to one another. And, when I was a kid, I put on puppet shows and video camera and put on, home movies and stuff like that. And it was for me and my friends. And we had oh, this is a guy that's going to chase me here. Oh, no, zapped a bluey. So, yeah, I think, I definitely think there's market being a generic word. I don't necessarily mean like a financial market, but I mean, I just think there's an audience for it, This is where these things get to be a pain in the butt, where these guys chase you back and forth. Of course, as I'm dodging robots, I can't quite keep up with the chat, but I can tell you that, zapped in the face. I can tell you that I've done a few different types of mics. One thing I've never done is the XLR, like a lapel mic. Well, that's not nice. Don't destroy me. Can't we work something out, fellas? Now, there's a robot. See this guy? The robot on this level is just frozen. Like, he's not going to get me if I can inch up behind him. Come on. There we go. Lots of map pieces. Oh, no! Now, I'm stuck. I can't possibly get anywhere because I left my elevator up there and I fell down, right? But, if you remember, we got an elevator reset. Password accepted. And now the elevator is back down here. Now, problem is, how am I going to get over there? I got a plan. I just need that guy to move. Not him. Not him. One more. Oh no! I didn't know he was going to zap me. Obviously, I wouldn't have done it. I really need a snooze to get this guy, but alright, here's what we're going to try to do. Alright. Oh boy. Alright, now that's a snooze. Okay, so let's use that, except for, oh, yeah, there we go. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to temporarily disable the robots in this room. Password accepted. And now, if you'll notice, all the robots, you can just run through them. They're all asleep. They're not going to bother us. We've searched everything in here, and those snoozes don't last too long, so we got to get out of here. I am positive that I first had a pirated, well, yeah, I mean, this is obvious. I had a pirated copy of this game. I never had an original. The And so I think this is a good example of a game that you can play without a manual, but you can only partially play it, right? You can't, there's no way to beat it. You would never, oh boy. I knew that was going to happen. I mean, there's just simply no way to understand the mini, not the mini game, but I guess you could call it a mini game about assembling the map pieces and all that stuff. I mean, you would just never figure that out, you know, without a manual. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. All right, we're gonna leave some stuff here. And, you know, what you could do, what you should do when playing this is keep track of which rooms, you know, like you need to come back to, which ones you need to snooze for. Let's see, I can't go up here. I guess, can I? Now, I'll show you a trick. If I stand at the end of this and jump, too far away. But you can do this, watch. A little trick. Don't tell anybody. A little extended jump there. Lots of map pieces, but not the stuff I need. Now that should only go up one. Okay, now watch this. We'll take this one down. Little puzzle here. This one up. Now we can take this one back up. And then maybe, if I can do this without getting killed. I feel like I'm gonna get killed. Oh! Now I'm maybe getting, oh, now if you look at the little maps, they don't really tell you unless you've gone over, but like if you look at this room, there's an exit to the right, but I just don't think I could, oh, you know what I could do? I got an idea. Hold on now. There we go. And now we're over to the next elevator chamber. Here we go. Let's see how it shows like how the rooms connect here. Oh, this is bad. Yeah. See, he wants to line up with me. See that? So as long as I stay here. Wizard says, I'm thankful that these companies were able to turn a profit as I only had a handful of actual purchased games. Still, it was an exciting or amazing time being a kid having access to the amazing Commodore 64. Well, I agree. Somebody must have been buying these games. It wasn't me and it wasn't Wizard. But you know, somebody was paying for them, so. But I'll tell you that, and this is the honest truth, is like I just saw a game the other day that was for sale for, I think, 99 cents. And, oh no, watch this. So we can trap that guy up there. Oh, but I gotta go down anyway. Not gonna help me. Oh no. Oh boy. Alright. Now there's a trick to getting rid of the, here, let's see if we can run him into that robot. You can also push him through the floor. There we go. If you could get him underneath a, oh, it's gonna be tough. Actually, I can just stay here. See, you gotta kind of watch these guys and figure out what the different patterns are, you know. I think I've shared on the show before, but I had a few friends like at school that had bought different games, and if they bought one, I would borrow the manual and I would literally write the instructions out on a piece of notebook paper. And that was how I would get the documentation. So I had a lot of those. Yeah, so you can pop the ball by having it touch a robot. Or you could push it through the floor. If I get to one another one where if it works out, I'll. Oh boy. What am I gonna do here? Okay, well I could go down here. Oops. All right. That guy's shooting electricity. Okay, that guy's shooting electricity. Oh, missed it. Hang on, let's try that again. Oh boy. I did it again. I was so scared I was too far away. Oh, snoozers. Do I want to waste a snoozer in this room? Yeah, let's do it. Oh no! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I never thought about getting documentation in the library. That's a good idea. Okay, we've snoozed all the robots here. So, let's get this one. And let's get this one. Get this one. The rude awakening. My mom worked at a oil company in the front section for a while as a receptionist, and she had access to a photocopier. So I not only did I have her copy documentation for me from time to time, but also, yeah, I had to bail on that level. Oh man, that's not what I meant to happen. So was this guy going the whole length, or what's he doing here? She would also copy D&D player sheets for us. Oh. Yeah, so again, on the gaps, you can also you can leap while you're in mid-stride across a gap. So if I get here to the edge, like that, you can kind of extend your jump a little bit. So yeah, you definitely have to do that to get to some of the spots in the game. Well, that guy seems pretty aggressive up here. Oh, I jumped too early. Alright. Let's wait for that guy to go that way. One. Turn. Alright. Searching the bed. Searching the bed. No bed bugs. That's good. Well, I don't know if I can get that fireplace. I'm going to try this. That was a good trick. That was a good trick, El Heavy. See that? That was a good trick, too. Alright. Oh, my gosh. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Come on now. I always thought this guy looked like Han Solo. He's got his little black pants on and his little black vest on. And his black hair. I don't know why I'm certain doing this. There's going to be so little payoff doing this, but... I didn't see what it was. Oh. Steve Bird says he remembers the voice being quiet on the 128D, and that's possible. You know, that's one of the things that. Let's see. Let me see if there's a way to get through to the other side here. Oh yeah. Rude. You know, the Commodore. Unfortunately, was kind of known for using whatever the cheapest parts they could get at the time, you know. And so if they thought they could save a buck or two by, let's see, I don't think that gap is going to be jumpable. I'm trying here. Oh no, that went horribly wrong. I don't think my local library didn't have a computer at all. Oh, look at that. Our school library, our school had literally one computer. I mean, my elementary school, for the most part, had one computer. Let me stand right here and get that guy. All right. Then we'll stand over here. Then we'll stand over here. We'll stand over here. We had an Apple II on a library cart that would get rolled around. And then eventually... Oh no, that's not where I meant to go. Then we would... ours was at first in the gifted room. And so we were like the only kids that got to play it, you know? And then, oh my gosh, this is going to take a long time to search this thing. And, you know, we had all the traditional stuff, the Oregon Trail and, like really early stuff, because that was pretty early on. And, okay. Let's see, which way did I come in? And then, but we never had like a lab. Now I do remember we had a computer lab, like in 5th or 6th grade. We went to there was like a gifted center that we went to, and they had like 3 computers, but still I mean, that was it. Like for, you know, you got like this little tiny bit of, computer time. There's no, I really don't want to wait for this guy all the way over here. I could, let's see. Oh, well, hello. All right. I'm trying to do this quick. Let's see if I can do this. Not quite. One more try. That was the good thing about this game, is it wasn't X amount of lives, you know. It was... I can't do it. It was just... you know, all time based. And again, every time you died, it would take a little bit of your time away. But I had unlimited time when I started, so. But I don't even ever remember as a kid running. Like I would quit playing long before I ever ran out of time, you know. Is this guy gonna zap me? Feel like he's not. All right. Can we talk human to robot for a moment, sir? I'm going door to door. Robots. All right. I knew he was going to do that. So we had a funny reversal. We had in elementary school, we had an Apple computer. And then when I went to mid-high, 9th and 10th, they had a computer class. And they had TRS-80 Model 4s, which of course were slightly updated compared to a Model 3. But you know, I had started with a Model 3 in the early 80s, you know, so, or 1980s. So to me, they just seemed ancient. They just seemed like really old machines. So I mean, it really, unfortunately, it kind of made me not interested in the computer stuff that we had at school at all. I mean, why would I want to, you know, do something that was so old compared to what I'd been doing, you know? I mean, by then I had a Commodore in my room. Why would I want to go back to a TRS-80 Model 4, you know? And so, yeah. Run and hide, shooting duck. And then it wasn't until I want to see that trash can. Come on. Oh no, I missed it. Guess you gotta be right on top of that. Oh, there was a reset thing too. Yep. Yeah, that was, they were, I just remember, and of course ours were white. Ours were like used to be white, except for the parts that, you know, high school kids had touched a million times, so they were all gross. I have a friend of mine from elementary school whose mom unfortunately passed away, and they were a family friend of ours, and her brother bought a TRS-80 Model 3 after seeing our TRS-80 Model 3 in our house. And when he moved out, he left it in their home, and it is still in their home. And I'm not going to go search that trash can. Let's get out of here. And she told me that I could come get it. So it is a, she said basically it's his computer desk from, you know, the early to mid 80s, and it hasn't been touched since then. They just basically threw a dust protector over everything, and it's been sitting there ever since. So all the manuals, all the books, all the software. I honestly did not have, we're going to hide from this dude. I never had a disk drive for a TRS-80. I never used a disk drive. We just always had cassette drives back then. But, you know, I messed around with the TRS-80, tried to. It's only a Model 1 core. Oops. On the Mister, and I couldn't get it to do anything, but that definitely could be operator error. All right, let's try this guy. Here we go. Sorry, I'm going back here. All right, John, what do I do here? I jump over this guy. I really gotta go. I'm gonna try to jump twice. We did it! Alright, reset. And a map piece. Alright, let's get out of here. It worked. I used to, I remember several years ago, there were a lot of articles that said the worst thing that you could do for a kid who wanted to learn programming was have them learn BASIC. And I never really understood that. I get that BASIC is a different mindset than, you know, procedural or object-oriented programming. But, you know, I started out basic programming. I mean, all of my programming as a kid was basic and then later batch files. You know, don't want me to program robot logic. I'll get you shucked in the head. Okay, so he can't go up from there, but I'm going to have to... Here's what we're going to have to do here. Can I go up? No, I can go up. Okay, can I go down? Can I hide? Okay, let's hide here for a second. Figure this out. I'm going to have to go all the way up. Aha. So, you know, there's a lot of people. It's a very unpopular opinion to expose kids to BASIC. Now, I say a few, gosh, I'm dating myself, but almost 20 years ago, I guess. But I got into Visual Basic, you know, and I just had the best time. I wrote all kinds of apps in Visual Basic. I had a good time. And then, you know, my work, I don't really need to write apps. I need to write scripts. And we are a Microsoft shop. We are essentially 100% Microsoft shop. So I just ended up switching to PowerShell, which is similar, I guess, to, I mean, it's oh, what am I doing here? Why aren't I just going up this elevator? It's kind of like object-oriented stuff, but it's has very specific syntax. It's really easy to learn. But the thing about it for us is that it's, you know, it's integrated into Microsoft. So, you know, I remember I was trying to write one time this Visual Basic script to look up an account in Active Directory, and I didn't know where the object was, and so you kind of had to just walk Active Directory, you know, just start going through, and to look up a machine. I mean, it took like a long time. I mean, 5 or 10 minutes, and then now there's a, you know, in PowerShell there's just a command that just looks up the machine, you know. So I mean, it's just instant. And when it returns, all the information you get back from that machine are then objects. So, you know, you can sit there and build lists or arrays or modify machines or whatever you need to do, you know, whenever you were, oh, looking up that machine in the first place, you know. But I sure did like Visual Basic, and then I never got into let's see, I was doing VB6, but then there was oh, did this one go across? A great little feature. I mean, what did they have? Like 3 voice samples, and just randomly dispersing them like that just makes it feel like they're all through. I don't want to do that. You know, it just makes it feel like there's speech throughout the whole game, where in reality, you know, it's kind of like the original Ghostbusters, right? Like it just says he slimed me and oh boy, so this is a toughie. But I don't really have any reason to be here unless I just need to cross over, and I can find another place to cross over. Hey, if you want to talk about programming, Steel Rat is the guy to talk to. I call him every now and then and say, hey, look, I got this thing to say hello world, and he would be like, hey, I wrote this giant thing that he does crazy big programs. So he is the programmer, and I am the down and dirty scripter is what I do. Oh, that searched really fast. Oh boy. Oh. Sorry, I'm just scrolling back here for a second here. Yes, so again, yeah, Steel Rat. And the other thing that Steel Rat got on board long before I did, and I would say I'm a 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, and he is way up there, is Linux. And you know, I wish I had adopted, not adopted, but just oh no. Okay, that worked. I wish I had got my feet wet in Linux a little earlier. I can, like a lot of things, I'm good enough to get myself in trouble and Google commands and figure out how to do things. But am I going to be able to get this desk over here? This guy is too fast. Ran out of time. So this is the final stats of the game. Puzzle pieces found 18. Passwords found 7. That's the lifts and the snoozes. Puzzles solved 0. Seconds remaining 0. Total score 2,500. Although nobody really cares about the your score in this game. It's just like you never go, how much did you get in Impossible Mission? It was just, did you beat the game or not beat the game? And for me, it was always not beating the game. Yeah, that's I can talk. I talk a mean game. I just boop boop. Let's see if I'll take that. All right. All right. And by the way, speaking of, oh, you know what I'm doing? I've got it on the wrong screen over there. I've switched right over to Rando Rob, which is the background that I use when I'm for my Patreons. I tell them stories every week. So here we go. All right. Well, that's an impossible mission. I do have something else on here. Let's and I want to tell you right now, this is definitely an example of a sequel that's not to me does not stand up to the original. that song got old in a hurry. No, I am gray, Rob, right now. I mean, it's about time to trim it up again. I tell you what, that's one of the things about this whole working from home during the pandemic, and we still haven't gone back to work. Federal facilities have not changed their rules. So I'm still working from home because of that. But it certainly changed shaving habits and haircut habits and occasionally changing clothes habits. Oh man, if you you know what? I'll before we go, I'm going to show Assembly 64 for those of you that don't use it, and if you're interested in building up, wearing pants habits. That's another one. But if you're into Commodore 64 and you want everything, I mean, you want to just be able to download basically everything, then there's a free tool out there. And actually, you can pay for it. You can register, and I have registered, and I don't remember what it gets you. It gets you something, but again, like what I was saying, I wrote a blog post today about a application I got. I got tired of, I wrote a podcatcher for the computer in PowerShell, and I wrote it 2 years ago, and I'm constantly tweaking it. And I finally found a good podcatcher that runs on the PC, because I just like archiving podcasts, and in this blog post, which was way too long, I talked about how, there's been podcasts that I enjoyed that went offline, and those podcast episodes just disappeared. There was one, I didn't mention him by name just because I didn't want to call him out, but it wasn't a private thing or anything. But Doug McCoy, for those of you that follow the Retroist and were in those circles, Doug McCoy did the found footage. I think it's found footage film podcast. He did multiple different podcasts, and when he decided he was done podcasting, he deleted the sources off the internet, and so they just disappeared. So unless you had those saved, and fortunately I did, and I enjoy those, and I go back and listen to them every now and then. And the other example I mentioned in the blog post was the boring beige box podcast, which was when I did my episode about you can't go this way. See, look. Oh, there's a dead end. We woke up this guard here. See this little gargoyle guy? He's asleep, and then he goes, what are you doing? But he had his show hosted on I don't know, one of the pay sites. I'm trying to figure out where I am in the little. Oh, there I am, down there in the map. I need to go up. One of the pay sites, and then when he got out of podcasting, he quit paying the bill, and then the account went away. And okay, well, we're not going to be able to do that one until I get. This one is way more complicated. There's a lot more things that you have to get and pick up, and more. The puzzles are different. Actually, instead of a puzzle, there's a bomb. There's different kinds of robots on this one. Of course, you have just the traditional robot. Surprise! Yes, Boring Beige Box was hosted by Matt Wilson, and I met Matt Wilson. Matt Wilson is from, he was from Chicago. I don't have any of that stuff yet. And moved to Indiana, just on the other side of Chicago. And one time when I was in Chicago, we met at the Starbucks in Target. Oh, that's bonk. But let's see. This guy is gonna just follow me. I can't get there. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked here. I will tell you real quick, what I don't like about this game is it's too busy. The backgrounds are too busy. It's too much. And I get that, companies want to do more in a sequel, right? But, I mean, the backgrounds it's hard to focus. Oh, this is the same room. I'm just coming here on the different side of the room. There we go. I'll take care of that. I don't know if I don't know if Jason's got his backing up my material because he's blocked me on every social media platform. So I kind of doubt that he is. But you know what? My stuff's not going anywhere. I'm do a lot of archiving myself, and so I'm not. I wouldn't be too concerned about my stuff disappearing off the internet anytime soon. In fact, my wife and I were just talking about. Let's see, how can I? No, I can't get through that way. Oh, I don't like. I don't like how. I like the digitized sound of the guy falling through the floor, and not just that. Oh, this is a guy that pushes you out of the room. Let's see if we can time this.
Now what are you doing?
Oh,
Jack Flack says to always keep the gun loaded.
Thanks for the follow. Mr. Moonpie does a funny little dance every time there's a follow. Is there any way this is going to work here? This is my theory. Nope. Curtis says he saved On Network's original Play Value video podcast, one of the earliest high def ones. The original site's gone. With the Atari, yeah. So that's again like I should talk to Matt Wilson one of these days and see if he minds if I put Boring Beige Box up online. There was another. I think for a while, No Quarter. No Quarter went through a few different hosts, and I was a host of No Quarter in the I would say the second of 3 different iterations of No Quarter. But the first series of No Quarter that was hosted by Mike McGinnis and Carrington Vanston are on Carrington's site, and then I think the rest are on. I don't know if it's all of them or just from that point forward or on the Internet Archive, but and now it's not it's not a surprise. Like if there's a podcast that goes away now there's 100 people or 1,000 people who are saving every episode, so it's not as big of a deal. But 5 years or 10 years ago, when a podcast disappeared, and then all of a sudden, I forgot you could duck. Wah, 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 wah. They just went away, and everybody, all of a sudden, nobody had it, doesn't let you jump. I know Carrington. Carrington, we have podcasted together several different times. I think, I don't know, few different shows that we were both on, and so Carrington is the king of bad puns, and so every now and then Carrington and I will get into a bad pun. Oh man, death by toe. Carrington will. You do not want to start a bad pun war with him on Twitter, because he will beat you every time. So I was talking to. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to stand up. Search. Okay. And I actually was in a Denver, Colorado, which is where Mike McGinnis lives, and Mike and Carrington had a episode of No Quarter scheduled. And so Mike and I set up a thing where I went to Mike's house, and during the introductions, after Carrington introduced himself, I introduced myself, and Carrington was completely caught off guard. He was like, what are you doing on our show? And I was like, well, I was in the neighborhood, so I just thought I'd come in and and join the show. And I had played the game and everything, so it was a fully, it was a full episode of the podcast. So that was a lot of fun. And Carrington, I think actually when I mentioned, a lot of people have referred to one of the episodes of You Don't Know Flack, which was about starting your own podcast, and I'm so lucky that so many people have listened to it and got some sort of inspiration out of it or whatever. All right, Curtis. Hey, thanks for jumping in. We're not going to be playing too much longer anyway. But anyway, when oh man, I just totally lost my train of thought. Let me backtrack. Oh, about the it was about the episode about doing your own podcast. I mentioned at the beginning of that episode that there were 2 podcasts that I had really been inspired by before doing. Oh, can I do this? Ooh. Wow, look at me. There were 2 episodes that inspired me to do Sprite Castle, and one was Boring Beige Box, and the other was Carrington's 1 megahertz podcast, which was, if you ever listen to it, oh, I can't go that way. Oh, how do I do now? Oh, now I have to, oh, I should, oh, no, I gotta go do all these. I'm not gonna go do all these. So I can't get past that, right? And I can't get past that. I forgot what to do at this point. But 1 megahertz, if you ever listen to it, and you really should, Carrington is a really, really gifted and great podcaster. But it is essentially Sprite Castle, but for the Apple II computer, and it's a totally good podcast. Can I do anything with this guy? No. Am I going to have to? So eventually, what you have to do here is pull out this cassette recorder, and then you have to, let's see here if I can remember this. No, you gotta get these numbers that you've been collecting. Let me hit play here. All right. Let's rewind that tape. That didn't go well. Okay, so here's my numbers, and it's 293. Okay. Do I have? See, I haven't got this other number yet that I need. Boy. Anyway, this is Possible Mission 2. I like it so much less than the original. And I believe, somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that this is the game that on the Atari 7800 is actually unbeatable. I believe there was a bug that was in it that made it unwinnable. Oh, boing, boing. But sorry, I'm scrolling back again. Yeah, I remember talking to Carrington about he wanted to buy a giant flat screen television and mount it vertically on the wall and have it just be like for MAME or whatever. And I just thought he was crazy. And now I think, oh, what a great idea. He was brilliant. And I just didn't see it at the time. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump over this dude. Jump. What do I have here? I have resets. You know what I'm going to do? Where am I at? Oh, there's. I want... How do I get, there we go, bomb. Oh, I thought I did, but it was time delayed. So there you go. You can use bombs and block those guys off. It didn't seem to help me all that much, did it? Let's see. Did I? I don't think I got the number, did I? Oops. No, I got a 7. That was completely unhelpful. Anyway, that is Impossible Mission 2, and I think that's where we will wrap things up. But it's not as good. I don't like it as much as the original. I like Impossible Mission 1 a lot more. Don't really have that much more to say about it. You know, if you look online, like if you look on eBay for Impossible Mission, especially Impossible Mission 2, you'll find a million Atari cartridges. Like I guess it's Atari 7800 version of it, but not that many disc versions of it. I think the first one was just more popular because it's just easier. You know what I mean? It's easier to just figure out how to play, to look at it, and it's that good combination. And again, 1984 is pretty early to have that kind of speech synthesis and graphics. You know, I mean, the robots are so detailed, everything just looks so good. So yeah, that was fun revisiting those. One of these days I'd like to beat Impossible Mission 1. I watched a YouTube playthrough not too long ago, and someone beats the whole game in 25 minutes. And I love that because I've been playing it for 30 years. Not straight. That would be a terrible gaming session. Yeah, to watch somebody play through the whole game in 25 minutes is pretty impressive. So anyway, let's check and see everybody who's still here as we head on our way out. I see ARG Presents. Big Aaron still here. A10, Beach Bum 7, Brock 101. Hey, Brock. Commander Root, the Cowboy Astronaut Wizard, Gray Defender, L. Gornfield, Lit Warski, Pixels at Dawn. Pixels, I didn't see you in here. What's going on? Retro Gaming Bygones, Adam, the Robot Doctor 82, Mr. C. Dubs, Steve Burt's in here. Tom Toms, which is funny because I've been writing a series of articles about Motley Crue. I've been going through their entire discography and reviewing every single Motley Crue album. So I like that Tom Toms is in here. V and K, and is that the Virgo Pros? I'm not a Virgo. I'm a Leo. But Pixels, I've lurked in many streams where I open it up and there's just something that's enjoyable about, listening to somebody talk and play a game. And it's especially during the whole pandemic, where you sit, personally, I sit in this room all day long and work. And then sometimes I sit here at night and work. And so sometimes just to hear somebody else's voice talk about something is a good time. So anyway, and then I intentionally missed or skipped Steel Rat 666, Mr. Jeff, because I wanted to give him the final shout out of the list. So I didn't unintentionally skip over you. I was saving you for last. So anyway, thanks everybody for hopping in. I may, you never know, I can always hop in might pop up on a weekend stream or something. So I'm definitely not. I think when you hit a certain age, you feel you sound silly if you're like, click that like, click that follow. Like, I don't do any of that. But if you do click follow on Twitch, then you get a notification whenever I go live. So if you want to, I'll always be here Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock Central, but sometimes I do pop up other little streams. So if you follow, then you get notifications. So that's what I do with all my Twitch peoples. I follow people. Like I got a notification that Pixels at Dawn was streaming today, and then unfortunately I was on a meeting and I couldn't hop off the meeting to flip over and see what was going on. But anyway, thanks guys for hopping in, and I will see all of you soon.